I'm Terry Sacka, and this is Rigged Against You. I wanted to bring something to your attention. We have a nice long holiday weekend. This is a very personal holiday weekend for me, a memorial weekend to honor all the men and women who have died to protect our freedoms and the things we have in front of us. But today I wanted to bring to you just a short piece on what Warren Buffett is doing. He's shifting, and many retail, which are we the people, are flooding the stock market. They just don't know what the real big money's doing. I'm really surprised that this is happening. Maybe stockbrokers are talking them into it. But Warren Buffett has a completely separate game plan, and I think it's very important to note. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, has now completely exited. Now listen to this. Exited Citigroup, unloading its remaining 14 million shares worth about $1 billion. And they also unloaded an additional 48 million of Bank of America, worth about $2 billion. And Berkshire Hathaway now holds 630 million shares of the financial giant. They have basically unloaded billions, almost all of the shares of the largest banks in America. I find this very interesting. They also dropped and unloaded 46 million in Capital One exposure. Now they hold, a few million, but they're unloading the finances. What does that tell you? And what I found really interesting is then he boosted his investments in things like Domino's Pizza, Pool Corporation, a company designed for pool supplies. He did technology companies, things like SiriusXM and Heiko, VeriSign, things that will help us if we're around our home. Interesting. Now, that's probably completely coincidental, but the power elite knows something's coming. As I stated before, Warren Buffett has made it clear something is coming to the United States. So he's dumping all of his shares in the banking. Now, if he's doing that, he knows they're coming down, just like in 2008. This is a very foretelling sign. And then he's making investments, it seems like anyway, in things that we would want to use being around our home. Is another lockdown coming? I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the power elites to try to bring in another pandemic or something else to try to thwart Trump's agenda, because he really has the right idea. And the thing with tariffs, it's so overblown from the political left. You just have to understand the tariffs mean nothing. And if you really did the math on it, the people eating the actual tariff is the company themselves. So let's just say Nike, instead of Nike making $90 profit on a tennis shoe, they're going to make $87. Big deal. They're not passing it on to the consumer. Now they could, but they're not going to do that. The corporations are just eating a little bit of the profit. When they make, like Nike makes tennis shoes in China, they're probably making them for $10 or $15, and then they're selling them for over $100. So there's a lot more going on. I think the tariffs are really a distraction. Trump knows we need a realignment of our financial system. This gets really deep into crypto, into the Great Reset. But today I just wanted to bring to your attention what Warren Buffett was doing. I found it very interesting, not so much that I really care what he does, but I found it interesting that he's dumping banking shares just like pre-2008. And he's buying into things for us to be around the home. But the foretelling part and why we, the people and retail, should be paying attention. Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's cash holdings have now ballooned to just under $350 billion, up from $334 billion. He's continuing to hoard cash. This is actually a larger cash position than Berkshire Hathaway and Warren Buffett had before the 2008 market meltdown. All I'm saying is the indicators, the data, this whole thing with the market bounce, doesn't make any sense. It wasn't real. The whole tariff negotiation with China was a nothing burger, and the markets took it and ran with it, I think, to bring you retail in. But yet the smart money is still out. And we still have an issue with the shadow banks and hedge funds being 100-to-1 leverage. All I know is what Warren Buffett said, quote, there could be things that will happen in the United States that will make us want to own other currencies. Hence, I believe stable coins, gold and silver are going to be valuable. And wait until you see the few podcasts I'm going to be doing here coming up, probably by the end of next week. We're going to get into the Mar-a-Lago Accords. We're going to discuss what Trump's real plan is. It's been cooked up way before the presidency, but the plan, the bottom line, brings the dollar value down substantially, probably 30%, and an overshoot 40%. And then Trump's putting pressure, doing his best to try to get interest rates lower. Both of those are perfect storms to march gold to $5,000 and silver to break $50. And then from there are no more sellers. You will see silver march toward that $100, $150. Why I give Cornerstone Asset Metals a call. Start the process. If you're in the stock market, it really would behoove to minimally have a third of that out into tangible assets, especially in your retirement accounts, your IRA. Have a wonderful Memorial weekend. This is a time to appreciate those that we do love and we have close to us, and show some respect for those who have fought that we can have these freedoms to even worship and still be able to speak without a whole lot of censorship. But keep in mind, Warren Buffett is unloading the banking system and he's buying into things for us to be around the home. What does that mean? $350 billion in cash, and yet retail, we the people, are all in the stock market? We should read between the lines. So until next time, God bless you.
With all of the recent changes in the political and financial markets, there has never been a better time than right now to invest in silver and gold. When governments simply print billions of dollars in paper money in hopes of solving financial shortfalls, you know that it is time to buy and hold assets of true and lasting value. Free information is available to you right now by calling 888-747-3309. Whether you are a new investor or you're interested in preserving the value of your retirement accounts, we make it easy for you to make smart decisions for your financial future. The specialists at Cornerstone are here to serve you, work to satisfy your retirement goals, and communicate with respect. Call us right now at 888-747-3309. That's 888-747-3309. Or visit us online at cornerstoneassetmetals.com. That's cornerstoneassetmetals.com.